As you might have noticed, I came here on the stage first time with two more things. Controller for the screen and the phone. So you know this controller works, you change the channels, something is happening. But if I press the button, do you see anything? I don't see anything. But you know something is happening. When you go to your screen, to your monitor, you press the button, something happens. And by the help of a simple phone and the camera, we will be able to see that there is something more than meets the ordinary eye. So, you see there's nothing. But look at the camera. Even though you can't see it with your ordinary eyes, there are things that our eyes can't see, but they are there. For children of God, prayer is the acknowledgement that there is a superior realm that controls the physical and invisible world. So all that leads us to the topic for today, which is a life of prayer. 1 Kings 18:41. And Elijah said to Ahab, "Go, eat and drink, for there is the sound of a heavy rain." So Ahab went off to eat and drink, but Elijah climbed to the top of Carmel, bent down to the ground, and put his face between his knees. "Go and look towards the sea," he told his servant. And he went up and looked. "There is nothing there," he said. 7 times Elijah said, "Go back." The 7th time the servant reported, "A cloud as small as a man's hand is rising from the sea." So Elijah said, "Go and tell Ahab, hitch up your chariot and go down before the rain stops you." So at that period, some time ago, Elijah had prayed so that there would be no more rain in their region. And as he said it, it happened because he was a true man of God. 2 to 3 years later, he says, Ahab was the king, "Prepare for rain." And then he went on his knees. He bent down and he started praying. And sent then his servant after the first prayer, "Go and look at the horizon there in the sea. What do you see?" "I don't see anything, prophet. I'm sorry." But he continued his prayer again and again until the 7th time when the clouds started coming. Finally, the rain really came. But there is a nice lesson that we are to get to learn from this story for our own prayer lives. And that is that if an answer is not given to the first prayer, nor to the second, we should hold on. We must hold on and hold out till we receive an answer. It is never proper to base your faith on your improvement after prayer. Whereas the Bible teaches us that there is only one place you should place your faith, and that is the written word of God, His promises, and the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary. The answer to your prayer, whether that is a yes or a no, by itself is a miracle. But we should not base our faith on our improvement after prayer, after 1 time, 2 times, no. What else do we understand from the case of Paul? We understand that when you are afflicted with a thorn in your flesh, you must give yourself to prayer. And let us take one more example from the Bible. Psalms 55 and verse 17. "Evening, morning, and noon, I cry out in distress, and He hears my voice." King David is giving us a nice glimpse of his prayer life. Some of us think that only because he had a huge love for God, he was a prayerful man, a man of prayer. Yes, he loved God, and he proved it with his life. And he wrote these amazing songs, but he gave us another clue: distress. So ask King David, and he will tell you that troubles are to teach us to be consistent and persistent in prayer. But there is one thing that needs to be clarified that most of the people, even the children of God, Christians, miss when we talk of prayer life. And that is that after you pray, you still have a role to play. And what is that role? Prayer must be followed by an attitude of absolute trust in God that He is working out the answer. Because trusting in God does not consist in prayers alone. There are times to pray in faith and times to act faith. In other words, there are things we must do ourselves and others we must expect of God. How is our own life of prayer? You should work as if everything depends on you, but you should pray as if everything depends on God. It is not too late. As long as we live, the door to opportunity is never completely shut. It is still open. Remember, if you are afflicted with a thorn in your flesh, give yourself to prayer, because prayer is a salve for every sore, a remedy for every malady. If your prayer life is strong, you will be strong, whether the things are good or bad around you. Don't forget your prayer life, because a break in prayer is a break in faith, and the break in faith is a break in Jesus. Always keep in your heart, no matter the thorn, no matter the problem, give yourself to prayer.